like Grace to hear your level of insanity because it's quite frightening that Israeli gunships killed 1,200 Jews on October 7th. Is that your standpoint?
No.
Well, who killed the 1,200 Jews on October 7th?
A combination of Palestinians who broke out, freedom fighters who broke out of a concentration camp, and
okay, freedom fighters. Okay, Ben, let's
perhaps the majority were killed in
1948 when Israel was
because of
ready.
the Hannibal Directive.
Who declared war on the Jewish state in 1948? How many Arab armies, Ben? Let's start it from the state of Israel.
I actually agree with your logic. I think the logic of Zionism, which has nothing to do with Judaism,
yes, it does.
It
doesn't. It does. Oh, yes, it does. Yes, because I'll tell you what it is from a biblical standpoint, Ben, because you don't know anything, and I'm going to teach you tonight. See, Judaism means a chosen people. Sure, it does. It means a chosen people and a chosen land. That's according to the Bible. So henceforth, that would be Zionism, meaning a Jewish people and a Jewish land. That's right. Sure.
Zionism was a new idea that came about in the 19th century.
No, it's not. It's not Theodor Herzl, Ben. No, it's not. Zionism goes all the way back to the Bible. How would you argue, Ben? Sure it does, Ben. How would you argue then a chosen people and a chosen land?
How would I argue what?
The Bible says Israel is to be for a chosen people and a chosen land, meaning the Jewish people.
Yeah, the story of the Old Testament is the story of people called by God to follow him. It has nothing to do with
it says
modern
national
even Islam romantic.
No. You're coming from a standpoint of.
Can I tell you something that's? Can I tell you this? Okay, so you're saying Theodor Herzl is not the founder of Zionism?
No, he is really not. Technically, no, he's not. He's a founder of political Zionism, of a political movement, but he's not the founder of Zionism. That goes back to the Bible. The Bible is the founder of Zionism.
Okay, so God is the founder of Zionism?
If you want to put it that way, because it says a chosen people and a chosen land.
I thought you don't believe in God.
Well, I don't personally have to, but anybody that believes in the Bible and you claim you do, then have to
wait
go
a second. So you don't believe in God, you don't believe in the Bible, and yet you're using it?
No. I personally don't, but I'm asking.
Okay, so then how would it be relevant to you?
It don't matter, Ben. You're coming from a biblical standpoint, so I'm coming from your arguments. Your argument is saying that
I have a master's degree.
Yeah, but it's theology. Not it doesn't matter. But
Ben, you don't know anything about the Bible.
Sure I do, Ben. How about this one for you, Ben? Since I don't know anything, is Jesus a Jew or not?
It depends what you mean by Jew.
No. It doesn't mean, because I know you're going to try to get around it and try to be like coy. Was Jesus a Jewish rabbi or not? Did he call himself a Christian rabbi, a Goyim rabbi? What did he call himself?
That's a tricky. He did not. He was not a Pharisee.
Okay, let me inform you. Jesus was a Jewish rabbi, Jewish with a capital J. Jesus would not know what a Christian is or a Catholic Christian from the 6th and 7th century.
Yeah, he didn't use that term. He didn't use that term. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so if you dislike what Jews do so much, and you think that
I don't dislike it has nothing to do with Jews,
but you're making, which is asinine, that Israel killed their own people on October 7th, which makes you even more.
They didn't.
No, they didn't.
They didn't okay the Hannibal Directive?
No, Hamas attacked Israel on October 7th, in case you don't know this, Ben, and killed and butchered 1,200 Jews and caused a beheading and burning people alive. And there's documented footage of it, and it's well known, and it's well out there.
Well propagandized.
Yeah, I know, Ben, because there's people that like to deny the Holocaust too. And what I'd like to inform you, Ben, is that
we're supposed to believe that Jews, the Zionists, don't lie. They lie all the time.
Well, of course, according to you, Ben,
they're propagandists. They openly lie. There's a term. There's a term in Hebrew for what they do. I forget the name of it, but it's basically propaganda. And they got it from the Germans. They got it from the Germans.
So everybody gets to see how insane you are, Ben. So basically, the Jews killed the Jews on October 7th through the Hannibal Directive.
Somewhat.
Okay, so they somewhat did
You don't know because they covered it up.
The Jews covered up everything. The Holocaust never happened. October 7th, it was a
the Holocaust never happened. No,
and it's
that's
a
not
Zionist,
true. The Holocaust happened, and a new Holocaust is happening now in Gaza.
Well, who has it? Ben, do you know Hamas's directive and in their own charter says to kill Jews throughout the world?
I've never seen that.
Have you? Would you like to bring up the Hamas charter, or should I bring it up for you?
I don't think it matters. I think that people can sometimes...
because facts doesn't matter. Facts wouldn't matter, says Mr. Theology Director. See, this is a travesty that people even teach in school.
No. Listen. You've had your thing. You've done your thing. I don't care. I'm just saying that I agree that you can't have Zionism. Zionism movement isn't going to work unless you slaughter the people who are in the place that you want to take.
Okay,
I agree with you.
Who has done the slaughtering since 1948, Ben?
So I'm just saying, I agree. Lie about it, pretend you're not doing it, but exterminate.
Let's move it forward, Ben.
Well, you believe in that, don't you?
But you're such. I believe in exterminating people that want to kill you. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so you believe in exterminating Palestinians, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so I agree that that's the logic of Zionism. You need to exterminate Palestinians because hold on a minute, hold on. Just let me say my point.
You don't understand.
The only way Zionism is going to succeed is if you exterminate the Palestinians. Because if you only ethnically cleanse them, I'll just talk over you. No, we can talk. We can have a conversation. So let me talk. You got to do your propaganda.
No,
if you only ethnically, just hold on a minute. If you only ethnically cleanse, I'll give you. You can talk for 10 minutes. If you only ethnically cleanse them and push them into Sinai, which I assume you recognize is what the Israelis want to do at this point, they're still going to fuck you over from Sinai, right? There's still going to be a threat that you need to exterminate from Sinai, and it keeps going and going. You need to wipe them all out. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, no, because from Sinai, they pose absolutely no threat, and they have no weaponry, and they'll be of no threat, and that's where they belong. Ben, what is a Palestinian?
Well, wait a second. Let me just respond to that briefly.
I was going to speak.
Just let me respond there briefly. Has that been true in Lebanon? Are the Palestinians that were pushed into southern Lebanon not a threat, or are they a threat?
Who's in Lebanon, Ben? As far as I know, that's right. Now, what's in Hezbollah's charter?
Those are Palestinians. Okay, I'm asking you if they're a threat.
And what is?
I'm asking you if they're a threat.
What is the in Lebanon? They can be if they have launchers and weapons. They are. Yes, they are.
They have a lot of missiles. They are a threat. Northern Israel has been evacuated.
Well, Israel took out Nasrallah and killed him and decapitated.
Have the people moved back to northern Israel?
Yeah, but they're ineffective. There hasn't been a single missile coming from Hezbollah, so they've been very ineffective of that. Yes.
Okay. So were they a threat or not?
Ben, what is?
You have to kill them all.
Ben,
kill them all, right? Kill them all.
Ben, what is
man, woman, child? Ben, that's in the Bible too. Kill them all.
What is the history of the Palestinian people? Since you know so much,
they were part of the Ottoman Empire.
Part of the Ottoman Empire. Okay, now they claim that they're the ancient. Do you think the Palestinians are the ancient Philistines?
They don't claim that. Nor are they. They're Arabs.
Where did they come from?
Other Arab areas that when the Arab conquest.
What does Arab stand for? Arabian Peninsula, modern day Saudi Arabia. They have no claim and no biblical deed or no historic deed in the land of Israel. Are you aware of that?
Well, they've been there for centuries and centuries and centuries. So.
Yeah, so have the Jews, and they decided they want, and
there have been a small number of Jews there throughout the centuries.
But Jews have always had the presence in Israel for 3,500 years, Ben.
A tiny presence.
Always a presence. I don't care if it was larger or smaller. See, Ben, what you don't get is...
So I don't really understand. You haven't responded to my point. You're going to... The idea of Zionism, if you're going to have a Jew... You agree it's a Jewish supremacist state, right?
Yes, I believe that Israel should remain...
a state in which the land... is for the land and the laws are supremacist, a racial supremacy of Ashkenazi Jews, right? So, and other Jews too, Okay, you're going to have to end up killing all of the Palestinians.
No, they don't.
Do that because they are never going to accept your supremacist claims.
No.
And you're going to say,
they can leave Israel.
I'm just saying that's the logic. No, and they're not going to leave their own country.
That's not their country.
You're going to have to kill them.
It's not.
You're going to have to. What they claim wrongly, in your opinion, it doesn't matter what you think. You're going to have Zionism is going to have to exterminate.
Then why
all
don't
of the Palestinians?
Why do you worship a Jew?
Wait, no. I will answer that. Just let me finish this sentence. They will you'll need to exterminate all the Palestinians, but that's not going to be enough. You're going to need to exterminate all of the Arabs. Then you're going to have to. Okay, I get it. This is the Israeli propaganda. Then you're going to have to wipe out all of the neighboring countries that you've pissed off. Then you're going to have to wipe out the entire Muslim world, 1.2 billion people.
Egypt does not want to war with Israel.
That's a big project for 5 million or so people. But if 5 million people want to take on
great.
half of the world, good luck.
You're the one that keeps blathering. It ain't me, because you have no logic or reason.
I'll wait. You can talk all you want.
No, Egypt does not want a war with Israel. Saudi Arabia does not want a war with Israel. In fact, Saudi Arabia behind the scenes wants the Abraham Accords. Saudi Arabia is against Iran and behind the scenes hates Iran because they're deathly afraid of him. Israel is the only one in the world that has stepped up to the Iranian Islamo-Nazis and is getting rid of them. All your talk with your military might, and over here, Israel's the only one with balls to take care of them. And that's a fact. And as far as I'm concerned, Ben, as long as their charter of Khomeini and whoever group it is, Hamas, Hezbollah, Islamic Jihad, the Houthis in Yemen, or wherever they may be, as long as they want to kill Jews, yes, they can die. And they can die swiftly, and they should die, all of them. Period. Right. End of story.
I think that is the logic. Yeah.
That's right. No, the logic is to kill your enemies. Just as any sane person had an enemy in the world, I'd hope you not sit back and let them slaughter you. We are not going to the excuse me. We are not going to the ovens, Ben. According to you, you claim to be a religious person. You worship a Jew. You worship a Jewish rabbi. If the Bible is true, it says a chosen people and a chosen lamb. That means after 2,000 years, the Jewish people have returned to Israel, making claims to the biblical claim. Yes.
No, they never made a biblical claim. And
sure it is. The whole Bible
Orthodox
is Jewish.
Jews did this.
The whole Bible is Jewish, Ben.
In many ways, yes. But it's not really about.
With you. You like to quote Paul, another fucking Jew. Shaul, Ben, say it. Sure. Shaul, the Jew. He didn't know what Christianity was. He would look at you as a piece of filth.
That's not true of him,
but he would. He wouldn't like you, Ben. He would say,
"You think that
you're talking about."
Look, you're making the best argument. You're making the best anti-Semitic argument. So you're saying the rest of the world. Oh, okay. Can I talk, or is the Jew gonna just talk over me like Jews do?
Ben. You know what? Ben, people that are envious of Jews are just in your predicament. They're brokies. They're losers. They live with clogged fucking shitters. See, Ben, that's why you lose. Go ahead.
This is why the little something that happened in the Second World War happened because of people like you talking like this. If you want to repeat it, go ahead. Go ahead.
Bring it, baby, because you know what? You're going to lose. Just like Iran got their ass. How does a country of 8 million Jews kick a country of 100 million? Yeah, so Israel is not winning the war currently. No, they're losing.
They're losing, yeah.
How is that, Ben? I'd like to hear this.
And they're begging. They're begging for another round of what you're talking about right there.
Really? Yes, so who's going to bring the new Holocaust, Ben? The Iranians?
Not me.
Okay, now you saying
if you behave like that, if a group of people, not you, you have no wealth and power, but if a group of people talk like you're talking,
I have more wealth and power than you, Ben.
Back it up. It doesn't matter. I'm not putting you in an oven, and you're not going to send an F-15 over my house.
All right, that's fine. But you're saying, but who's going to?
Neither of us are in that position.
The
but
Germans tried
people talk like you.
Okay, but the Germans lost.
They wiped 8 million.
We're tired of people like you. And 2,000 years of history of people like you. Now you're going to be put in your fucking place And you're going to learn.
I believe that the Germans wiped out
your place. Okay. You're going to learn your place.
You said that I could talk. You said that I could talk.
Yeah, and you have been talking,
so
Ben.
Shut the fuck up for a minute. No idea.
You're full of lies.
Shut your fucking kike mouth up for a minute. Shut your fucking kike mouth up for a minute. I'll come down and
kick your fucking ass. Don't you ever, motherfucker.
Shut your fucking kike mouth up for a minute.
I will crap you out and your fucking daughter. Don't you ever fucking do it. Get the fuck out of here, you goyim filth. That's where you are. Hey, Ben, don't ever come here again. You lost, Ben. Go pray to the Jew. Go pray to the Jew. Yeah. Hey, Grace, anytime, anywhere, I'll take you and Ben on physically. You want to get in the ring, Ben? Go ahead. If you arrange for me $2,000 Shabbatoni, I'll get in the ring tonight. You ever open your mouth in front of me, I'll break your I'll break you both in half. I'll get rid of both of you. You try me, Ben. You're a fucking loser. You're a fucking brokey. You blew through $600,000. You ripped off your family with your fat fucking farting daughter. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah. Ben, anytime. You want to go? Come on. You want to go, big guy? Come on. You're a big guy. I'm just a little Jew.
No, what is that going to prove?
Well, let's go. Well, it'll prove that I just whooped your ass. Look at you, Grace. Look at you, you fucking loser. Look at you with a big, dumb beach ball head. You know, you bet, Grace, you got Down syndrome. You know, look what he produced. Look what your father produced. Do you know, Grace, you pray to a Jew? Do you know that? Have you asked yourself the question? Have you asked your father a question while Israel exists?
Yes, that's true. That is true. Okay.
Come on, Ben. Let's get it on. If you want to call me a kike, Ben, call me a kike to my face. Let's do it now.
Why? No, because you wouldn't be quiet.
I would kick your fucking ass and you know it. I would break you and fucking
And what would that prove?
You're the one that wants to have the big mouth.
No, you wouldn't. You're being rude. Look, no, I don't think there's that much of a.
You are saying that there's a people that are going to come to kill
the Jews. You're keeping talking over me.
Iran has come to kill the Jews. They've said it for 40 years, Ben. Who is the people that are going to eradicate the Jews?
No, okay, so this I think we agree on, although you say I did. I don't think 6 million were killed in the Holocaust. I think it was more like 8 million. And I do think it was largely Germans who did that. Now, you're saying that happened, right? So I'm saying, well, you should examine why that happened, why there was so much resentment against those people.
Because there was a people that were dysgenic and disgusting and filth of the world that needed a scapegoat. Hitler was envious of the Jews. He was
the same language Hitler used against the Jews.
He was
literally the same.
He was told by superior Jews that he was inferior painter, which he was, and many different reasons.
True.
Germany needed their scapegoat. Germany has lost the war. In fact, Germany lost 2 world wars, Ben. How did that work for them?
Of course. Okay. Well, how did it work for the Jewish people?
Well, the Jews are doing just fine in Israel, Ben. Your claim they're losing, but my claim is
how did they do after the Second World War? Are you saying that was a great win for them?
Oh, well, absolutely not. But we're assuring that it never. Israel is there to assure that never happens again.
You might want to examine why it happened in the first place.
Like you and your typical.
But if you don't want to, if you don't want to learn lessons of history, then you're fated to experiencing them again.
No,
isn't that true?
Okay. Who is going to come? Because Iran's getting their ass kicked right now. Ayatollah Khamenei is in a bunker. You support the Islamic Revolution.
I have no take on the Islamic Revolution.
Sure you do, because if you like and if you want, and their charter is to kill all Jews, and they've been saying it for 46 years, Ben.
I don't understand. Well, I think we agree with each other.
No, we don't.
All I'm saying is that Zionism is an idea that Jews are racially superior to other people. You agree?
Yes,
correct?
I'm racially definitely superior to you.
Okay. Now, yes. I think because of the nature of that other peoples, whether they're Palestinian, whatever you want to call them, Arabs who live there, whatever you want to call them,
yes,
are not going to accept that. No people are going to accept that and be okay with that.
Yeah, that's
so you have to wipe them all out.
No,
that's the logic of Zionism.
No. You have it all wrong.
Meanie. So I don't see where you have a problem with that. We agree.
No.
You think little Palestinian kids are just future terrorists and they should be killed.
Ben, the Palestinians.
I think the logic is I understand the logic.
You don't stop. No. The Palestinians were offered their own states many times. The Oslo Accords is the most.
Why don't you just address what I'm saying? Where am I wrong? We agree on point one. We agree on point one.
No. You're trying to go off of anything that the Palestinians. Israel left Gaza in 2005 and disengaged.
This is just propaganda. I'm just saying we agree.
How is that propaganda? How is that propaganda? So Israel didn't disengage from Gaza in 2005. That's propaganda.
Look. You said you agree that Zionism, the idea that Jews are racially superior to other people.
To people like you, yes.
Okay, other non-Jews, right?
Well, people like you and your daughter, definitely, yes.
Okay, non-Jews, right?
Well, it depends on, there's a lot of non-Jews that support Israel. For instance, unlike you, evangelical Christians are big supporters of the Jewish people and the state of Israel, predominantly. So I'm all for them.
But the state of Israel does not like give them pride of place. It gives Jews pride of place, correct? Because they're racially superior.
Well, if you do, when you say superior, Ben, do you want to make the argument from IQ? Because if you want to go from IQ level, then I would have to answer, yes, that's a fact that Jews are more likely to have more geniuses and more people because they're less than 1%.
What's the controversy? You agree that you're a Zionist, I'm not, but we both agree that Zionism is the idea that Jews are racially superior to other people.
I definitely think that the Jewish people should get rid of people like you and people that think like you, because if they had their way, they would like to perpetrate another Holocaust.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
You think
that Zionists think that non-Zionists are their enemies. That's right. Okay, I agree.
We would love to see Israel disappear tomorrow, Ben, and I'm here to tell you the state of Israel is not going anywhere. We are God's chosen people. We are God's chosen people according to the Bible.
Racially, because you don't even believe in God, but you believe you're the universe.
I'm talking scripture, though, Ben. I'm talking scripture here. You're talking from a place of scripture. So
but you don't believe in scripture, so you are a racialist.
But either do you, Ben, because if you did believe in scripture, you would say, well, the Jewish people have to have their Jewish home, for whatever reason.
Sure. No people believed that who studied scripture, including Jews and Christians, until the 19th century.
So where does the Bible say that the land of Israel does not belong to the Jews anymore? Where it belongs to the Catholics or something? Where does it say it? Anywhere? And show me one line.
It is generally understood by Christians that the Jewish religion was destroyed when the temple was destroyed by the Romans in 70 AD.
But yet the Jewish people exist.
Jews also saw, as they had always in the past, when something historical along that line, along those lines happened, that they had been cast out by God, and they had the hope that the Messiah would come and return them to the nation, but they never had an idea that a bunch of communists who were atheists would do that.
Okay, but whatever they were, the Haganah.
It was a new idea. They got from the Germans. They got it from the Germans.
But the fact is that Israel is there today, and the Israel is more stronger than ever. So how would that placate your religion? Because as far as I know, the Catholic Church once said that they were the new Israel.
Yeah, that's right.
But they're not, are they, Ben? They're not. The Jewish people exist. The Jewish people are thriving.
Not what was meant. That's not.
And the Jewish people are defeating their enemy currently as we speak, Ben. Now I know you don't believe that, but let me give you some facts, Ben. 12 nuclear scientists, Iranian, have been eliminated. The upper echelon of the IRGC, every single general eliminated by the IDF. Ayatollah Khamenei right now, Khamenei is hiding in a bunker somewhere. He will be eliminated in the next 48 hours. The ballistic missiles and the launchers, about 70% of them have been destroyed. The nuclear facilities in Iran, which was used to destroy the state of Israel, is now unoperational, and the Fordo plant will be destroyed. That is almost a mile underground. Now, Grace, you seem to like to smile at that.
Can I ask you something?
Grace, how does it feel to worship a Jew? Cunt?
It feels great.
That's right, because
you're a Jew cunt. You're a Jew cunt.
You worship a Jew, Grace. You know that? Your father hasn't told you. Your father hasn't told you everything about the Bible now, has he? He hasn't told
You're
you.
only half Jewish anyways. How does that work? How does that work?
Well, I'm addressing Grace. He hasn't
you have
told
an inner conflict. You have a partition plan. You have peace treaties between half of you and the other half of you.
And you really have no place to talk. You are destitute.
Why do I not identify as an Italian?
You're destitute. I like the Italian people. I do. I mean, should I go to Italy?
The Italians are not into Zionism at all.
Well, I don't care. See, I identify as a Jew, and rabbinically, I'm Jewish because my mother was Jewish. So there's that answer for you, Ben. Now, I'm just curious.
Well, what makes you a Jew? What makes you a Jew?
Well, technically, rabbinically, for 2,000 years, you have to be, your Judaism is passed on through the mother.
Well, how can you prove whether your mother?
My DNA, because I have DNA tests.
DNA doesn't mean that at all. Do you know that the vast majority of people in South America have Jewish blood, like 2 or 3%
Yeah, but
none of them identify as Jewish.
Would you like me to pull up? I don't care what they identify.
Do you know who would have been really into DNA? Hitler.
Yeah, but
blood racialism.
No,
it's discredited. It's a discredited theory.
Yeah, but
you're mostly Eastern European on your Jewish side. You're mostly Eastern European. Yeah, minority Jewish.
See, Ben, what you have a problem with, and your big problem is that
you're mostly Italian, Eastern European with a little bit of Jewish blood.
Well,
why don't you just renounce it? It sucks.
No, Ben. What you need to renounce, Grace. How does it feel to have such a loser for a father? How does it really feel? Because Grace, you're on your
loaded question.
You're so cooked, Grace. Your life is over. You have chosen wrong. I have no sympathy for you, Grace. Really, you might.
Ask you a question.
You'll be roping in a few years.
You're funny. You're funny guy. I mean, can I just ask you a question? Just like, okay, would you say it's wrong to characterize the Zionist project as creating a safe haven for the Jewish people, as defined racially? That's not what it was.
No, he's saying that.
No, I'm saying I agree with it.
Oh, okay. So if you look at the missiles raining down on Tel Aviv and you look at where other Jewish people live, like New York, LA, you in Vegas, Paris, right? How's that project going?
Well, there's currently 8 million Jews in Israel, and outside of Israel, there's about 6 million. Yeah.
No, I think there's 8 million Israelis, but 2 million of them are Arab, I think. So 5 or 6.
That's right. There's 8 million Jews and about 2 million Arabs.
So the total population of Israel is 10 million? I don't think so. Is that right, Grace? Can you check that?
Yeah, I'm checking.
Maybe you might be right.
Yeah, because there's 2 million Arabs there for your apartheid state, which Arabs are in the Knesset. I would never allow them in the Knesset, by the way. I'm fully in favor of them not being a part of the Knesset or any way in Jewish life. And I would offer them the ones that, there are Arabs there that don't want to live in Arab lands. And they like living in Israel, and they like living with Jews and the people. And those Arabs are fine to me.
There are 7 million Jews in Israel.
Okay, so 7 million Jews and 2 million Arabs.
Yeah, something like that. But of course, you're not counting the people in the occupied territories. You're not counting the people in the occupied territories as part of Israel.
Well, no, it does, because Judea and Samaria, that's not the West Bank, by the way, Ben. It's called Judea and Samaria.
Okay, is it part of Israel or not?
Yes.
Okay, so then you have to count another 5 million of those people.
That's fine. They should feel no shame.
You have 15 million people, roughly split.
A lot of those are Arabs, though, in Judea and Samaria. A ton of them are Arabs. I want them expelled.
The vast majority are Arabs, and you're going to have to kill them to do what Zionism wants to do.
They're going to leave. The ones that are terrorists are going to leave on their own accord. They have no future.
Where are they going to leave to?
They can leave to Jordan. They can go to eat. But why, Ben? If
what are they going to be doing in Jordan except causing problems, right?
Well, they already did that. That's why Jordan wants nothing to do with them. But that's their problem, because all these Arab countries seem to want to talk about their brothers and sisters, but yet they close the borders to them, showing you how dangerous these people are. Egypt doesn't open the Rafah crossing to them. There's a reason why their borders remain closed. Saudi Arabia doesn't take them. Qatar doesn't take them. Right. They don't want them because they're dangerous people. And unfortunately, Israel has to deal with them.
But they also don't want to facilitate ethnic cleansing because they don't think...
Well, the only ones that wanted ethnic cleanse came across on October 7th, massacring babies, putting them in ovens, chopping their heads off, beheading them.
So was the Nakba a form of ethnic cleansing or not?
Well, the Arab world declared war on Israel in 1948.
Wait, was it or not? Was it an ethnic cleansing?
Absolutely. Well, how would it be ethnic cleansing when the Jews were defending themselves?
Because they drove Palestinians. Let me answer. Let me answer.
It's not their land.
In the Nakba.
What's your country? Ben,
what's your country? In the Nakba.
No, Ben, you're wrong.
I can't do it.
They have 20.
In the Nakba, you can scream and yell.
No, you're a moron. Hey, Grace, your father thinks October 7th is a Zionist invention. Do you know that?
Invention?
He thinks that the Jews attacked themselves. He said it here himself.
I didn't say that.
Sure you did.
What, there's like a false flag? He doesn't think that.
Yes, he did.
No.
Yes, he did.
Oh, I think there was a lot of
saying it right now.
Hannibal directive death. Yes,
he's an idiot. Your father's an
Hannibal directive
moron.
is not a false flag.
That's like friendly fire kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Grace, you and your father are done. Israel is here to say, you can choke on it. You can do whatever you like with it. Be happy or against it. Whether which way, Israel is here to stay. Israel just defeated a country of 100 million people, 8 million Jews. You won't win.
I'm not fighting a war against Israel.
You would like
I'm not involved.
You would like to. People like you would love to have the power on the Jews, and you don't, and it kills you, Ben.
And you're not fighting a war either.
No, I'm not. But
go join the fucking IDF. Go join the fucking IDF. Take your fucking little scrawny. Take your scrawny fucking drunk ass. Go join the IDF. Go die over there.
Come say it to me, Ben. Hey, Ben, you would never mouth off.
Oh, do it. I'm saying you want to do it. Do it.
I never said that.
I don't want to do it.
You can go to Gaza, Ben. Go fight for Hamas.
I don't want to.
Well, why then? Why
you're the one who's all acting like you're at war with me. I'm just having a discussion with you.
No. Well, I don't. Like I said, I don't like people like you, and you
should not. Then go to fucking Israel. You're a citizen, right? Go put on a fucking IDF and go have sex with all the shexes over there.
I don't have to, Ben, but
why not? Maybe you'll get laid instead of sitting here pooping on the internet with your fucking scrawny little drunk ass.
Ben, I would kick your ass, Ben, and you know it. Your daughter knows it. You would never stand up.
I'm not interested.
You keep saying I'll kick your
I don't care.
Your drunk ass.
No, I didn't say I'm going to kick your ass. I said if you are so motivated on behalf of retarded concept of Zionism, go over there.
No, you're the one.
No one's stopping you. Go over there, volunteer for the IDF, tell them you're a citizen, have them put you on the front lines.
Yeah, Grace, I can't wait for you two to be completely
and enjoy the success of whatever it is you want to do. Maybe you'll get laid for once.
Ben, you haven't been laid in 20 years. Ben, if anybody copes on the internet, Ben, you are the biggest cope artist. You are the biggest loser on the internet. You have a dysgenic daughter that you leech off of. You don't have 2 pennies. You are basically a homeless person, Ben.
I'm not basically a homeless person. I am a homeless person.
You are a homeless person with no 2 pennies. So what is the great thing?
As was my Lord. Do you know that Jesus, the Jew, said, the foxes have holes and the birds have nests.
I mean, you don't
the Son of Man hath not a place to lay his head. So would that I would be so worthy as to follow in his footsteps. But I get that you Jews want your money and your wealth and your
living like you.
I want the right big day just going up and another little one going down. Hey! I stood
Grace, you think your father is Grace?
I ain't gonna be no homeless Jew in the checkers. Right? Ben, you want your fucking money. That's where you're putting your treasure.
Yeah,
enjoy it. Enjoy Israel.
Ben,
enjoy it. I ain't going over there. I don't fucking care. Ben, my kids aren't getting bombs rained down on them. But you want to go over there, swallow some fucking Iranian missiles? Sit there, bend over, and take an Iranian missile up your ass. You'd probably finally get. That's the genre I want to have.
So when is Iran's
ballistic
victory?
missile in your asshole? Ultimate. Max for ultimate.
Hey Ben, when is Iran? When is their victory imminent? I'm curious because you seem to think Iran is winning this, so I'd like to know. So we could.
Do I think Israel is Iran? Is winning? I don't even think they're involved in a war. It's a conflict.
You don't think Iran is involved in a war right now? That's very interesting. No. That shows you the level of stupidity and insanity you are on. You two should go.
Do you know what a war is? Do you know what a war is? Like Ukraine and Russia are having a war. Okay, what's the difference?
They just don't know how to fight because the Russians fight like stupid goyim. That's why they have meat markets over there, and Israel doesn't. You ever thought they have superior fighting?
I would say what's going on in Ukraine and Russia is a war.
Yeah.
Okay, I would say what's going on between Israel and Iran is, like trolling.
Yeah, just trolling, Ben. That's very interesting.
A war involves men with boots, right?
Yeah, so there's no boots on the ground in Gaza. There's no planes flying right now. It's just an all Zionist conspiracy.
Gaza is not part of Iran.
It's a Jewish conspiracy, Ben. We're well aware that, the Jewish planes, they're fake. It's a Zionist conspiracy, Ben, you like to call yourself Hollywood Ben, but you know who's the best at entertainment? The Jews. In fact, Ben, you know who created Hollywood?
Not the Zionists. They suck.
Yes, the Jews created Hollywood, Ben.
Right,
I hate them
Zionist propaganda.
Did you know, Ben, I just learned that Peter Sellers was Jewish too. How about them apples, Ben? All the greatest actors and actresses are Jewish. That's why you and your Bakakta daughter will never be. Yeah, that's true, Ben.
Many are, but they had to get goy if they wanted actually the pussy.
Well, they had to fit into the country. Doesn't mean they weren't Jewish, Ben. I mean,
no one really finds Jewish men very attractive.
MGM, Ben. Nobody finds you attractive at all.
Nobody finds Jewish men to be. Ben, I mean, there can be funny, but they're not very attractive.
Ben, Grace wouldn't even drain your balls.
Scrawny.
Ben,
they're scrawny and nerdy, and like Woody Allen. Okay, that's this.
Ben, I could knock you out. Ben,
sex symbol. So what does that tell you?
A Jewish sex. So Ben,
Woody Allen. Woody Allen?
No, I'm saying, Ben, I'm 5'8", 180 pounds.
Why don't you lean into? Oh, hold on a second. Marlon Brando. Now that is an attractive man. Woody Allen.
So you're naming one Jewish actor, Ben, when there's thousands.
They all are similar, right?
No, they're not.
Oh, there's no similarities. Jewish humor.
I could bring up the Jewish actors and Jewish actresses, and they're most good-looking people on the face of the planet.
I beg to differ, and so does every.
It's a fact, man.
A pussy.
Ben, do you enjoy Hollywood?
Oh, was
do you enjoy Hollywood?
Do you think Harvey Weinstein was an attractive man?
No.
Okay. Well,
but then again, Ben, you're talking.
And he had the only way he could get the goy women was to manipulate them.
But Harvey Weinstein was successful, Ben, and you've never been.
He's in jail right now. How successful is that?
But so what, Ben? You're just a loser. You're a loser with your.
Not in jail, and
your subpar daughter. Your subpar daughter. The only guys that she get to send them money are dysgenic losers on the internet. They're not handsome men sending her money. They're not handsome men looking to court her or make your life any better. And that's the situation of your reality, and that's what your reality.
What are you so angry about? I just don't understand.
I don't.
If you want to kill people who disagree with you,
I'm not killing anybody.
About the IDF. You can go to Israel right now. You have the right of return to it's your holy land, and you can go be cannon fodder there for the IDF.
Yeah, but there's no cannon fodder over there, Ben. It's the only thing that who likes to blow themselves up for Allah. Seems like that's a Muslim thing, right? Now, who's the religion of the Muslims?
That's not what cannon fodder means.
Well, they're like nice cannon fodder over there. I mean, I'd like to get rid of all 2 million.
Spread your ass, bend over, spread your ass, and say like to Khomeini, you should write it on around your asshole. Khomeini,
so, here you go. Okay, well, you
in the middle of Tel Aviv. I think that could be your first
how
one.
Do you clear Iran? So if Iran is going to
get some good
when Khomeini is taken out in the next week,
ass blaster. Part 1.
He's dead, but when he's
dead, there is no part 2.
When he's dead, Ben
Maxer presents.
Ben, you'll never do a porn. You've never had any sex, Ben. You hang around your dysgenic bubblehead daughter. That's your life, Ben. You're one disaster away from a medical catastrophe, and that's your future.
Okay, well, what makes you angry about
the choices I've made? Well, your sources are incorrect because you say it's all a Zionist conspiracy, first of all.
What is?
And you said like
my daughter's head
is a Zionist conspiracy. You have no understanding of what you
What's a Zionist conspiracy?
Exactly. I know that's what you think, Ben, and that's why
the
people
state of
like
Israel is a Zionist conspiracy.
Like crazies like you, Ben, crazies like you need to be in lunatic asylums. That's what your future is. And you and Grace's future
what
is
are you angry about?
I'm not
what
angry.
What are you angry about?
I'm not angry. I was having a good tonight. I was streaming.
You're super angry. Why? Because I used a slur, an anti-Jewish slur?
Well, yeah. I mean, I would kick your ass.
Oh, give me a fucking break.
You don't think I could kick your ass?
What if I called you a wop? Do you care?
Yeah, I kick your ass. Rightfully so.
Please. You don't care.
Yeah, Ben, you will not answer the question. Could I destroy you? You know I'd destroy you.
I don't care whether you could destroy me.
That's why you never allow Grace around real.
Why would you want to destroy me? What's the point?
Because, Ben, you have a big mouth on the internet. You like to say, bend
over,
what is that
to you?
Take it up. Well, it's nothing really to me, but you like to imply it. And I'm saying, I'm sure a lot of people, Ben, you need the shekels. I'll be happy to get in the ring with you for $1,000. I'll make work.
Who of the two of us sounds like a big mouth, me or you?
You're the one saying to me to bend over and take my Jewish ass, and you kite. So, Ben, put up or shut up. Right. Put up or shut up, Ben. You don't bother, Ben. You're a loser. Your daughter's a loser. Grace, you're a fucking loser.
But this is big. This is what a big mouth does, right? A small
but she's a loser. But no, you're a loser. Kind of stuff. But meanwhile, Ben, this small guy. I mean, how would you look in person if this 5'8" manlet Jew took you apart? I'm willing to do it, Ben, for donos and cash. You're about entertainment. Let's do it right now.
Horamaxer would be excommunicated from Judaism if they learned that he sniffed a Catholic girl's panties. Actually, that's what gets you in the club.
I told them, Ben. They went to Ryler.
Come out, Virginia. Don't let me wait.
Poor Grace. Grace, you know what your problem is, honey, is that you just have no foresight. You can't see where you're going. And to anybody that has some foresight in here, you're sitting there with your father. Your streaming sucks. You don't take good opportunities when they present themselves to you. And your super chats are down tremendously. Soon you won't even have unless you get extremely lucky. So, I mean, what's your deal?
Sure. But what makes you angry about that?
I'm not angry. It's just a fact. It's not being angry. I'm just stating a fact.
Curious?
Well, then why did you call me a cunt?
Because I think you and your father are cunts. That's why. I mean, your father believes that thing.
Call you what I want to call you?
But Ben. I mean, I said we could do it in person.
Do what? Have a fight?
Yeah, I mean, if you like, we could get the ring out here and make a whole thing.
It'll never happen. No one's ever going to do it. No one's going to donate to it because no one cares that much about you or me in those terms.
Well, maybe
if we were bigger creators, maybe it would be worth doing. It's not going to be worth it. We wouldn't even be able to pay for the ring or the gloves.
My problem with people like you is that, you have all these things to say, no evidence to back it up. The second thing is you pray to a Jew. You're basically an idolater when it comes to religion because you pray to a man. That's one of the tenets against any type of, even the Muslims.
Not tenants.
Don't, Ben, you're in no position.
Apartment.
Ben, see, this is your problem. You think you could correct someone's English and you think you're smart. You're a moron. You're a fucking broke moron. You're a fucking brokey, Ben, that don't have 2 pennies to rub together after you burn through $600,000.
It's very Jewy to say, like, you don't have money. You don't have
anything.
You don't have money.
What do you tell people? You tell them
care about money. Don't you understand? The love of money is the root of all evil. That's my Jewish take on money.
The reverse. It's the reverse. And people like you cope with that because you have to tell yourself because you have no money that it's a good thing.
That's what the Jews have been saying. And eventually there were some people in Central Eastern Europe who got sick of hearing that.
Go tell your landlord.
Were manipulating the money system. It didn't go well, but hey, you want to do it again?
When you have to pay your bill, Ben, when you go to the mechanic for your RV, say, money is the root of all evil. I don't need to pay you. I don't need to pay this $1,000 repair. It's the root of all evil.
Yes.
And that's
what I do.
That works for you, buddy.
That's what I do. You know what? Because I have a boy brother who's also a Christian named OPC Don who doesn't charge me.
Yeah, because he's a simp.
We have our goy stuff that we do,
and
you have your Jew stuff that you do.
But he's a dumb guy that almost killed himself to impress your retarded daughter.
But he also has helped me fix the RV, and I haven't.
Well, see how long. I mean, you better pray for him, honestly, Ben, because he is your only.
We have a way of doing things, and you have a way of doing things.
Yeah, but you better pray for your gnome, your bearded gnome, Ben, because if he goes, you're going to have to go and pay a mechanic, and he doesn't know how to do big repairs. If your transmission goes on that thing, Ben, or any Sears repair, the gnome doesn't know how to fix that. He may know how to put in a screw here or there, but he don't know what the fuck he's doing with that. So you go tell your mechanic that, hey, the root of all evil is money, and I'm not paying you. Try that. See how that works in real life, Ben.
It does work more than you'd think, but being
I'd like to see
that kind of ruthless Jew has its own way of working.
Ben, let me tell you something, okay? You would be the first one to shit on people if you had money. You're just the type that would be saying, you're a broke loser, you this and that. Now, being that, Ben, you are not in that position anymore.
I've never been impressed by money.
Ben, we've seen how you like to spend money, and it's quite revolting of what you buy and Xbox. Sure, you love to take it like it grows on trees.
People who are rich, and neither are you impressed by people who are rich. So I don't know.
Well, no, Ben, I could be in certain ways. I would be more impressed by a wealthy person than by a poor person.
Would you suck a guy's dick who was rich?
Well, it depends on the sex act and how much was being paid. I mean, would I do a skate? Would I do
Jewish answer?
Yeah, would I do a
sex? What's the difference between you and me? I would.
Yeah, but then you'll remain. You're gonna remain a homeless.
I wouldn't suck anyone's dick. I don't care how much money is involved.
Ben, your life, Ben, it doesn't matter here the money. The fact is, you created like 7 retards in the world. They're running around. They have no future, Ben. That you can tell yourself your cope is your children. But my position to you, Ben, is look at your children. The only way some of them had a way out is maybe getting away. Yeah, maybe getting away from you and your insane daughter here is the only hope. Maybe that they do have.
I grew up around a fair number of Jews. They're generally speaking unattractive people. Sorry,
brutal.
Ben, I could get laid more than you, Ben. I have gotten laid more than you, Ben, for free.
I don't
for free,
care.
Ben. But Ben, you keep bringing up. You make the thing.
Oh, no. Oh, no. If you're saying you're more attractive,
but you're the one that says, Ben, that you're the masculine male, that you know how to talk to women. Ben, you're afraid of women. You're terrified of a woman that has her shit together.
We all should be.
That's why you have to stay around your daughter.
We all should be.
You can't be around a woman. You can't be around a
dangerous group at this point.
But come on, Ben. You can't be around a woman that's
nice guys, honestly.
Well, maybe,
like
but
Ben,
you're not going to be around a woman. I mean, what are you going to tell her, Ben? That you got an RV with a clogged shitter? What is your riz, Ben? What is your flex?
I don't really.
It ain't your body.
I'm at an age a little older than you.
You have
I've been married I thought I was married for a long time, and
I know this story. Blame Courtney. We're a victim.
To me.
You're a victim of Courtney, Ben. I know you complain about it for the last 3 years.
You seem to think that you're going to have sex with a woman and it's going to make you truly happy or something.
Oh no, I never said that. I don't think that. No. I never said that, Ben.
High on the list of.
I have never said that, Ben. I have never said that just having sex is going to be the all be all. It's better than what you're doing. Is definitely what I'm saying here. I mean,
greatest good.
Well, definitely better than you. I mean, what do you
live for?
You're praying. Yeah, but what do you live? Okay, what do you live for, Ben?
Sterile sex with fat losers in swing clubs. It's
okay,
fine.
Ben. What are you? Okay, great.
Maybe one's a little less gross.
Yes. Okay, Ben. Yes, I know they're all unattractive. Okay, what is your purpose? What is your future then, Ben? Since you have such a big, bright future, I'd like to hear it.
I would love to spend all of eternity in heaven with
I know that, Ben, but not right now. We're talking about
that's my future plan.
Okay, but that's a cope. But no, Ben. What is your future right now? The next 5 years.
Whatever he puts in my path.
Okay, but isn't that a really ridiculous, Ben, to say whatever happens is just no? What don't you have a plan, Ben? Don't you have any future aspirations? I'm
going to continue streaming on YouTube until it seems like something else is better to do.
Okay, so there's no future aspirations. There's no goal, whether that be, going, to teach at a church or something.
No, not that. I'd like to have. I don't know if I'd like to, but I think it would be if it. makes sense for me to have a wider audience. Yeah.
Does Grace have fetal alcohol syndrome?
Her mother did do some excessive drinking when she was younger.
Because sometimes her eyes cross over and she looks like she has like fetal alcohol syndrome.
Do you shave your chest?
No.
Why does it grow in funny like that?
Well, Ben, I have a nice large chest, and I have
shitty. I'm saying when you look at it, usually it's like either like kind of curly or.
And well, let's see your body, Ben. Let's see your beautiful body.
It seems patchy. Am I right? I mean, you ever you have patches?
No, it's not patches. It's all hair all over. It's hair all over. I can assure you.
You think it's consistent? I don't know.
It's definitely consistent, Ben. Now, Ben, let's see your physique, Ben. Let's take a look, then, since you're the arbiter.
You've seen my physique. I
know it's quite horrible. It's quite frightening. To tell you honestly, I just don't see what your future is. I don't see
your physique. I don't see your weird decisions like in a strange way.
Ben, but don't
wondering if you manicure it in some way.
But Ben, don't you feel that your decisions in streaming are even bad? Like you decided to stream with a dysgenic drunkard in LA that couldn't string two sentences together. Your content is around losers. Yeah, your content is even based around losers. You're just a loser.
Welcome to the internet.
Yeah, well, maybe, but there's still better content, and there's other.
Who's the winner on the internet?
As a much better things. Well,
who's the winner on the internet?
Well, there are people that are winners on the internet.
Who? Name one.
They make a lot of money on the internet.
Name one.
I can name one of a dozen streamers.
Name one.
I don't know. Asmongold, he's one. Okay. He makes $500,000 a year.
You've seen the guy? He's a loser.
Yeah, but that loser's making $500,000, Ben. Now
if you only see winning in terms of
what are you streaming just to stream? So you're streaming for Jesus then, Ben? That's what you're telling me. You don't want cash. Okay, everybody, do not give Grace. If anybody super chats Grace, they are not in it for the money. The money is only Jesus. Money is evil. I will take the super chats. Thank you, Ben. I will take Grace. The
love of money is the root of all evil.
That's right. No, you said you don't want super chats. That's evil, Ben. That is evil. Jesus said it's evil. Everybody, I would like Grace's super chats. Damius Octavius, if you hear me, they do not want money. They do not want money. They don't want money, right? Yeah, let's see where your real desire lies. See, Ben, you hide it. See, Grace, how would you feel, Grace, if Damius left you and gave me the $5,000? Would that be okay? Would you say thank Jesus?
I'm telling War Chief you're talking mad shit about him.
He's a piece of shit. I'll box him for $1,000. I'll kill him in a second. I'd love it too. Put his fucking father in there with him too.
Hey, he's part Iranian. You actually may have a legitimate.
I'm gonna kill him either more. I don't like the Iranians either. They're not out there overthrowing the government. I have no reason to like them. Loser people. Losers. Sure. Losers. Good. I hope he loses all his oil.
Good
idea.
Right?
Bomb him. Good. Bomb this shit. Bomb all the oil.
Can I just tell you one thing? We got to go, but can I tell you one thing that's really interesting? You should check out, and you can say it's whatever. There is a website that's called Guess If It Was a Nazi or a Zionist who said this. And they have quotes, and it's really hard to tell.
Let's play it. I'll play it right now.
Okay, good.
I'll play it right now. Let's do it.
Okay, no, this is it. This is it right here.
Okay, Grace will put it up.
I'll present it. I'll present it on my side.
And it's really...
Oh, shit. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Sorry.
It's really fascinating.
Okay. Present. Share screen.
But nobody wanted to kill the Germans, Ben. Nobody was saying we want to get rid of all the Germans. The Germans made the thing of they're the Ubermensch people. They're the superior Aryan race.
Mm-hmm. I think there were some people who killed Germans, I think.
Yeah, but nobody was looking to ethnically cleanse the Germans. Okay? They weren't.
Okay.
It's a different situation, but I'm just saying the ethos is remarkably similar.
Okay, here we go. Question 1. So you have to decide whether a Zionist or a Nazi said this.
Right.
Okay.
The blank group have
that would
no
be
right,
either Jews or Palestinians. Right? So they're not going to give you that.
All right.
Have no right to claim equality with us. If they wish to speak on the streets, in lines outside shops, or in public transportation, they should be ignored. Not only because they are simply wrong, but because they are a group who has no right to a voice in the community. Who said the above?
Okay, well, I would put caveats on this. I would say the Arabs that wouldn't have these rights are the Arabs that hold the Hamas charter.
No, but the question here is, do you think that a Nazi said this, or that's a representative of the Israeli
that could easily, I mean, I could easily see Menachem Begin saying that too. So it could be.
What would your guess be?
The point of the game is to guess.
I select one or the other, and you say
I know which one it is. I know which one it is.
I would say a Nazi.
Nazi?
No, it's Israeli because it's public transportation, I think.
Nope. Well, it hasn't. It didn't give the.
What's the answer, Grace?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
The fact is, though, Ben, there's no Jew in Israel that would like to.
It'll tell us at the end.
Years ago it was different. That want to kill Germans.
Okay. Next question. Huh?
I'll be right back.
All of the blank group will be out. All the blank group will be able to do about it will be to scurry around like drugged cockroaches in a bottle. Who said the above mentioned quote?
Oh, that's definitely Jewish because I call them roaches myself.
Okay, so you think the Israeli government said this about Arabs?
Absolutely, I agree with it too.
Nope, it was the Nazi regime.
Oh, okay.
Autistic retard, you're backstage.
Okay. All right.
But your device is not connected, so I can't add you. The group aren't.
You bring on people like autistic retard, for instance, Grace. Look at you.
I think this might be Adam. I might have given him the wrong link. But anyways,
I mean, bring his Russian Iranian ass over here, and I'll kick his. I'm not Ben's father over here. Okay, you little drunk rat. You little rat fink. You throw a punch at me. I'm not Lalo over here. You throw a punch at me and I'll kill you. I'll kill you, you son of a bitch.
All right, what about this one? The group aren't educated towards peace, nor do they want it. To me, they are like animals. They aren't human.
A Jew, that's Israeli government.
Israeli, yeah.
But you got to say who in the Israeli government, and you say Israeli government, like there are a lot of people that they're more pro-Arab than they are Jew.
Okay, are you claiming
there's Arabs in the Knesset? For all you apartheid state people that think it's an apartheid state, Israel has Arabs in their own Knesset. Now, I would never have that. I would never have that. I would hang them.
But this would clearly be referring to the Arabs as animals, right?
I refer to Hamas as roaches. They're not as good as an animal.
Okay, so you think it's Israeli. Okay, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that was correct. A group of school children were found singing this poem. All the world hates the blanks, and the main thing is to kill them one by one. Mm-hmm. With these feet, I stepped on my enemy. With these teeth, I bit his skin. With these lips, I sucked his blood, and I still haven't had enough revenge. Which political ideology was the school affiliated with?
Well, that question's a little weird because it says all the world hates the group.
Would Nazi school
I would
kids
agree that
or Israeli school kids be saying this stuff?
Well, this is taught in Arab schools. I know that. It's Hamas and UNRWA schools that's taught about Jews.
Okay, well, that's not quite the question.
Well, but I'm reading this, I'm reading these weird type because it says as the main thing is to kill one by one.
So it's either Nazi kids saying all the world hates the Jews and the main thing is to kill them one by one, or it's Israelis going all the world hates the Arabs and the main thing is to kill them one by one. So
it's the world that hates the Jews predominantly, not everybody, but I see a world.
We're not arguing with the song. The song is referring to either Arabs
I would say
or
Nazi.
Jews.
I don't know Nazi.
Okay, I agree. I think it's Nazi. Oh, no, it was the Israeli government.
Okay.
They will get no food, no water, no fuel. Everything will be closed. We are fighting against human animals and will act accordingly. Okay, I know exactly who this is.
No food. Well, obviously that's not true. I would have them have no food or no water in Gaza. Obviously, it's not true because they're allowing thousands of trucks in there with food and things to sustain these roaches that want to kill them.
But who's
Israeli government?
Yeah,
Israeli government.
Yeah, okay. What is so horrifying about understanding that the entire blank is the enemy?
That's very vague. Nazi?
I think Israeli. Yeah, I was right. The blank always lives from the blood of other peoples. He needs such murders. The victory will only be entirely and finally achieved when the whole world is free of blank.
Nazi.
I think it's Israeli. Oh, no, you were right. This is a war between two people. Who is the enemy? The blank people.
Nazi.
Nope, Israeli.
But who says it? When they keep saying Israeli government, who? Who in the Israeli government? Israeli government is a lot of people.
They may tell us at the end.
I mean,
I'm not sure.
Well, we know it is because, Ben, again, he can't hide his Jewish hate. It's funny when he tries to hide it. Then he says Zionist conspiracy when he gets caught in it. Grace, maybe you should pray to something like a Buddha or something. Maybe the Jewish prayer is not really for you. Maybe you should stop praying to a Jew because, the Jews are bad people, So maybe your worship of one is not such a good idea. Maybe you find like Hinduism or Buddhism or Zoroastrianism.
Okay. Oh, wait, here it is. Zionist or Nazi. Okay. This is the one where it tells you who is who. Fuck. Okay. This is the one that it'll answer your questions, okay? Oops. Wait, hold on.
I could answer your question, though, very easily, Grace, without all the mumbo jumbo. Here's the fact. Hamas, their assorted charters, and most of the Arab world, not all today, but you say Iranian, not all the Iranian people because they're Persians and not Arabs. But, let's take a group like Hamas. So that's about 2 million people there. I want everybody in Gaza either killed or moved out. If I had my way, they would either be killed or moved out.
Do you not think it's funny, though?
No, I think it's reality because when you have a group of people that want to kill you and they're very serious about it.
Answer this one.
Well, I'm telling you my standpoint.
Zionist or Nazi? One of the soldiers raped a 16-year-old girl. They gathered them in something like a cage and put iron wires around them. They gathered all the men, sat them on the ground, and one of the soldiers got the submachine gun and shot them. There were soldiers who took flamethrowers and ran after the villagers and burned them. Do you think Zionists did that? What's described
I don't know,
or Nazis?
What's the name? I mean, I told you I don't know.
Do you think Nazis did that or Zionists?
A Zionist.
Okay, correct. From a testimony about the 1948 Nakba made by a Zionist soldier, Yosef Diamant, in an interview with the Israeli channel Hot 8. Do you not?
What is it? What is that supposed to elicit at me?
Do you think that's okay to do to people?
Yes.
Okay, so then
yes, I absolutely do. I want them out no matter what.
Right.
They can go live with their 23 Arab countries with their brothers and sisters. The God wish them. Right. Let them be. Well, they can live in Disneyland for all I care.
So
they have.
You agree with?
I'm agreeing, Ben, that when the people comes to kill you, you kill them first. So yes, I think every Arab in Gaza could either leave willingly or be killed.
Right, exactly.
Yes, exactly.
I agree.
That's right.
That is the mentality of Zionism, and I agree.
That's the mentality of a rational person that wants to get rid of enemies that want to kill them.
But then
Ben, again, who massacred 1,200 Jews on October 7th?
But then you would agree. But then you would agree. A large part of them died at the hands of Palestinians. That's true.
Listen, Arabs kill each other. Arabs kill each other, and they're very good at it. Okay, I don't give a fuck.
So you believe in ethnic cleansing and genocide?
I believe in removing every Arab out of Gaza. Yes, willingly or not. Yes, 100%.
Believe in ethnic cleansing and genocide. I think
yes, 100%.
I appreciate Zionists
Yes,
because there's two types of Zionists, right?
Well, no,
there's the bullshitters who say two-state solution, and then there's the honest ones like
I've never believed in a two-state solution. I would have used the tactical.
There are people who say that.
And let me explain something to you, but let me tell you how humane, and unfortunately they're too humane. The Jews are too humane. In fact, the Jews brought slave morality to the world, unfortunately. But let me explain something to you, Ben, is that when I have people,
if I were living, Nazi propaganda that you're quoting, that
slave morality
that comes from
slave morality is
the National Socialist Party.
No, it comes from Christianity. Slave morality is a Jewish invention.
I understand that you say it comes from Christianity, but the first person to use the term slave morality,
no, I'm not.
Were the National Socialists?
No. Nietzsche was using slave morality well before that.
Okay, and he was a inspiration for
he didn't like the Germans though. His sister did, but he didn't like Germans. And he would have been
also the term dysgenic comes from National Socialism, in which it got its ideas from America. Eugenics.
Ben, you can barely walk. Are you dysgenic?
I'm saying that term.
Are you dysgenic? Are you dysgenic, Ben? You
eugenics, the eugenics movement.
But Ben, you are a grown man. Ben,
socialists were the number one proponents of.
Ben, you are a grown man that can't cook or feed himself. You have a back, you can barely walk.
I'm saying, I don't know why you get upset.
I'm not upset. I'm asking
what is there more to say?
But
you believe in ethnic cleansing and genocide.
Well, I believe in the ethnic cleansing of a people that would do it to you.
So I agree that you believe in that.
So
I agree that is the root of Zionism. So what is the controversy?
But Ben,
now, then if we go from there, either you're going to be able to pull that off, or you're going to get wiped out in trying to do so.
Okay, so that's fairly true. And if it wasn't for Iran, do you think Israel would attack Iran if it wasn't for them? Wait, no.
That's true?
No, I don't. Do you think, Ben?
What do you think is wrong about that? Either you're going to be able to pull that off, or you're going to probably get wiped out.
Okay, failing to pull that off. My first question is Israel has no interest of attacking anybody unless they want to be attacked or killed.
That's the end of the conversation for me.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You're a moron. The Iranian regime.
The chance of pulling that off is very low. You think it's very high.
What has Iran been chanting for the last 46 years, Ben? Debt to America and debt to the Jews. Debt to the big Satan and debt to the little Satan. So you would be better under Iranian regime. You would like to live under that.
As opposed to a Zionist regime? Yeah.
Well, no, because Iran would love to use a nuclear weapon on America. If they could, they would love it.
The last regime I would want to live under is a Zionist regime.
Okay, well, too bad. Get used to Jewish supremacy. And, if you leave the Jews alone, then you call them like Iranians or whoever they are. Need to leave the Jewish people alone. Don't fuck with
You're saying that the Zionists will conquer the entire world?
No, I'm not. I'm saying that the ones that choose to kill Jews are going to be conquered.
Okay, anyone who pisses you off, you will kill.
Well, I think
that's eventually going to be the whole world.
Yeah, but no.
Or we'll have round 2 of what happened in the middle of last century. And then we'll rinse and repeat, and you'll say, like, that wasn't fair.
Ben, do you think the Germans are going to defeat Israel today? Do you think the British are going to defeat Israel today? Do you think the French are going to defeat Israel?
What do you mean? No,
you're saying countries that want to attack. Because Israel is not going to attack other countries. Israel
attacked Iran.
If the nations of Europe wanted to defeat
Iran, but excuse me, Grace. Excuse me, dummy. Iran has started a war firing with all their proxies since 2023, firing into Israel and funding Hamas.
I think the nation of Germany, if it put itself against Israel, would win? Yes.
Shut up, Ben. No. It would. So you think the French could beat Israel? That's very funny. But anyway, Grace, why do you believe that Iran didn't attack?
They're a much larger country.
Wait. Why do you believe, Grace? I'm asking your daughter a question, not you, Ben. Why do you believe that Iran didn't attack Israel?
Because Israel said they were preemptively striking. So
yes, they preemptively strike the hide. Yes, they do. They have proxies.
Israel started it.
No, they're called Hamas. They're called Hezbollah. And they're called the Houthis in Yemen. All Iranian proxies.
Is Israel an American proxy?
No.
Okay, what makes a proxy a proxy?
Well, Israel,
you fund it, you give it military intelligence, right.
But the difference is, see, Hamas has a charter to kill Jews worldwide, and so does Iran and the Islamic regime. So you two are in line. Yes, it does. I could bring it up right now. Do I need to bring up the Hamas charter, Ben?
You said more than that, and it's not true.
Yeah, the Iranian.
I get it. Through propaganda and like whatever screaming on the internet,
Grace, I'm just curious.
You can pull
I'm not going to affect
genocide and ethnic cleansing.
I'm just curious. Does Grace know how retarded her father really is? Do you know how retarded you and your father are, Grace?
I don't think it's going very well, and I think it's going to get worse and worse. And the last time we talked,
that you don't even think Iran ever attacked Israel. They're called, all those are Iranian missiles from Yemen, from Hezbollah in Lebanon,
it's not the same
and Hamas is funded.
But
so
it's just propaganda.
So it's propaganda, right?
When Israel flies an F-15 over Tehran, is that an American plane or is that an Israeli plane?
It depends on how you look at it. Most of all the newer planes, the F-35s, are called the Adirs, which have been stripped and gutted by the Israelis. So they're half American and half Jewish. All the tech is pulled out of that.
Like you.
All the tech is pulled out.
You're going to have to figure out which one you are at some point.
I know what I am.
I know what I am.
You're a loser. A loser.
I think eventually we're going to say to people like you, if you want to go do your right of return, go do it, but don't do it here and don't do it on our dime.
Well, see, Ben, nobody's paying for Israel. You're not, Ben, you're too broke to pay for anybody. You have nothing to do with Israel. You're not paying any taxes.
We'll see. Maybe you haven't keep any lying and manipulating.
You don't keep an employment, so please don't start your goyim shekels that you're sending to Israel. I've heard it all before.
I don't want my sons going to.
I know. Don't worry. Your sons are too much of losers that won't make it in life.
But you don't have any sons, do you?
Thank God
Jews in America,
I would not want to have a family.
Don't go to war. They send the goy. And the goy eventually
your genetic lineage
are not into it once they figure out what's going on. And then there's a big problem.
I know, right, Ben? That's just like a loser. Blame the Jews for everything. Like your retard daughter that shakes her head.
It's anti-Semitic to say
she's a retard.
Throw your son's lives away on behalf of this fucking stupid idea.
You need
right,
to do
and then you get into name calling and all the rest, and we'll see what happens.
Calling. I'm just saying, first of all,
I look forward to the day when this country says, you people, Zionists, get the fuck out of here and don't ever come back.
Good luck with that one. Good. I know that's what you like to see, and that's why we're going to eradicate you first, Ben.
Right. I know
people just like you. So let's see who wins, Ben, because you're too stupid to win.
We'll see.
If the Jews can take on the country
when the goy rise up,
come on, big
solidarity,
come on, bring it to the Jews.
People like you.
Come on,
it doesn't go well.
Bring it to Israel. Let's see what you got. Go ahead. Where do you come from?
It's up to you what you want to do.
What the fuck is Norway going to do? Come on, Ben. What the fuck do you people do over there? Plant yogurt? What do you turn some yogurt? What do you fucking go and plant some yogurt?
Well, I think we all know what the Germans did. I think we all know what the Northern Europeans did.
I thought you were Nordic, Ben. When's the last time you heard of a Nordic country on the world stage?
Well, in the 40s, as I think you well know, right now, there was a bit of a conflagration.
What are you doing now, Ben? What is your country's doing now? Where are they on the world stage? Are they there?
Hoping that that doesn't have to happen again.
No, well, I think the Israelis
becoming increasingly suspicious that.
Well, but you can tell let the Vikings invade Israel, then, Ben. Good luck to you. Good luck.
History repeats itself.
I know. Well, bring it to Israel then. Go ahead.
There's only so much you can take before you say.
Israel has. Hey Ben, for people like you, Israel has thermonuclear weapons. If a country like England ever wanted to theoretically ever started up, no, it's not. Maybe they have them, and they would just blow the shit out of all of Europe, just destroy it.
Yeah, maybe, and that would be the stupidest thing anyone's ever done.
Well, for people like you that saying we're going to get the Jews and we're coming back for you. That's why Israel is there, baby. Turn and burn, sit and burn.
Can I ask you a question?
How's it going?
Can I ask a question?
Why don't you go over there? Would you fly over there?
Going good. Sure, I would.
Would you fly over there? You would fly to Tel Aviv today?
Well, I can't right now because it's closed.
No, you wouldn't.
Well,
no, you wouldn't because it's unsafe.
Well, I can't because Ben Gurion is closed during the war.
Then why is it closed? If it's such a great haven for Jews, why can't?
Well, Ben, you see. Ben, see what you're going to get with
semi-hairy, bizarro Jew. Go get safe over there because Ben Thorp's threatening him.
Ben,
why can't
he? Ben, you are not threatening. Ben, come on, let's get real. You're not threatening to anybody.
Well, you said if the goy rise up.
Yeah, well, you're the ones that say that they want to.
Well, you're not going to have a place to fly to.
We're going to get to the goy.
You're safer here.
You're saying
would you admit that you're safer at Jack? What is it, Reed Airport in Vegas than you are in Ben Gurion? Would you at least admit that tonight? You as a Jew are safer in Las Vegas than in Tel Aviv.
Not necessarily. I've seen the college campuses here. I've seen what you really think.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, that's true. You should be concerned.
Grace,
you should be concerned.
Hey, Grace, take your fucking smile off your face, cunt. I'd whack both of you out. You want to try me, Grace, with you and your father? You could get in the ring, Grace. You like money?
Wait, can I just ask you
a question? You're going to fight two goy, a goy and his daughter?
Hey, cunt, you like money, right, cunt? Because if you don't like money, I'll take your super chats from you. I'm going to show you how Jewish I am, Grace. I'm going to teach you a good Jewish life. Yeah.
Your Jewishness is scary.
Ben,
if you really want to show you're Jewish, then you say, I know people in the publishing industry. I know people who are on the YouTube. They'll shut you down.
Ben, if I ever thought you were a threat or any which way, I would take you out myself. You're not. You're a loser that's sitting there with his daughter talking about Ruby all day. That's what you talk about Ruby all day.
I think you should replace the pink flamingo with an Israeli, with an Israeli F-15.
Ben, you're a guy. You sit there with your daughter and you talk about a drug addict all day. You're a sad, pathetic man, Ben. You're sad. You have a small cock, Ben.
That way.
You have a small cock, Ben. It doesn't work. Your daughter's a loser. Your children are losers. You have lost in life, Ben.
Hey, buddy.
You lost everything, Grace. You're done, Ben. You're homeless.
Hey, buddy, I'd ease off insulting me because I saw your house, your whole house, and I don't think you want to go there, buddy. I don't think you want to.
So yeah, what about it? Let's go.
I'd ease off.
Let's go, cunt.
What?
I'd ease off. Hey, I'd ease off.
Grace, if you want to go tit for tat, I'll make you so sorry you ever opened your mouth. It'll be the last thing you ever.
Well,
okay.
Yeah, Grace, go ahead. Tell everybody about my house. Go ahead.
Hey, I said I'm not interested in going there. I just want to.
Well, what about it? What about it? You came in my house and slept, you fucking loser cunt.
I did. I appreciate it.
You fucking loser cunt.
I think she's being a bad guest.
Do you think you and your father want to have business with me? Do you want to have business between me and you? Because we could do it, Grace.
I don't know what that means.
Well, you're the one implying
sex.
No, you're the one implying. Maybe. We can make it happen, Grace.
Make what happen? I honestly don't know.
Well, I don't know what you're implying about my house.
Nothing.
Well, you seem to imply something, so let's get it out.
I agree.
It was a very nice house, and I appreciated staying over. Thank you.
Well, no, that's not what you're implying because you're a cunt. So let's get it out. Let's get it out in the open. Let's put it out in the open. Stop being a fucking cunt. Come on, cunt.
Yeah,
come on, you smelly cunt. Come on, cunt. Come on.
The man offered you to sleep over his house,
and I appreciated it. It was very nice.
Come on, cunt. Let's go there because I will teach you a lesson the likes you've never seen. So let's go. Go ahead.
I don't have anything to say.
At least I have a house. Your cleaning
at least I have a house.
Great lesson, which was
I don't have anything to say.
You have a cloud shitter. No, I don't think it didn't sound that way, Grace. But you could bring it up.
Just messing with you. I don't have anything to say.
What if she didn't think your house was whatever? Who cares?
Well, that's fine. She could say whatever. I mean, you live in a fucking RV.
You're a bachelor, right? You're a bachelor, so maybe it's kind of bachelory.
Well, you live in the cloud with an RV with a clogged shitter. So where's the?
It's not clogged.
Well, Okay, so you can always call up. You live in shit, Ben. Who is this fucking cunt to even implement when you're living in a bowl full of shit?
Implement?
Yeah, she implied something. Yeah, so I'd like to know what it is.
You gotta get it out of her.
I'm welcome.
I got nothing to say.
Obviously you do, Grace. So let's get out.
Shitter. I'm just yapping because I feel insecure. I got nothing to say.
Well, what about it? What if she said your house is a kind of a shithole? What about it?
She could say whatever she'd like.
All right, yeah. I don't know what she's saying, but who cares if it was kind of a shithole? Whatever. I don't know.
You fail in streaming, Ben.
You're a bachelor, so it would be bachelory, maybe.
you and your daughter make poor decisions.
You
and I'm sorry that
destruction.
I'm sure that's
Grace,
doesn't go through your mind too much.
We end this?
Yes.
You can leave whenever you want.
No, Max, we
Thank
appreciate
you very
coming
much.
out. It was good. It was fun.
Okay.
Heil Netanyahu.
Yeah, good. Okay. Good night. All right. Well, there you got to see the lunacy. I mean, I'm glad you see it. It's a Jewish conspiracy. Ben always has something to say, and which I think is funny because this is a man in a clogged shitter in an RV that stream every day about Ruby or Ava, one dilapidated drug addict. So, I mean, there you go. I mean, you got to see Ben's take. I mean, I was just curious, why is he prayed to a Jew? You know, I don't know if you could help somebody that thinks October 7th was a Zionist conspiracy. We're used to that. Yeah. And I said, so, you know, I don't know what she's implying by the house that you know, I'd be curious because, you know, she lives with a clogged shitter with her father and is dead broke. Dead broke. Yeah. Yeah. So I guess an interesting conversation, Monty. We'll be back streaming, Monty. It's Greedy Girls on Thursday, Monty, and live from the Swing Club on Friday, Monty. Yeah. The poor guy, I don't know how you even come to those conclusions. I don't know. It's like brain disease. Listen, Ben is one. It's not being mad. It's just one. He's a catastrophe away. What does Ben do with no medical, no money or anything? Let's say he has a heart attack or he breaks his leg or, you know, what else is it? I mean, he's one catastrophe away. And yet, these are why I like to show these people, because these are the people that like to blame, which Ben does. See, Ben would try to fool you and say, oh, he doesn't. Ben is a malicious anti-Semite. He shows you what they believe in his own words. And by the way, they said money is evil. So any of you that are giving them money, you better stop and bring it over here. Yeah. I mean, he sits there with his fat, retarded daughter. I mean, I look like a baller compared to Ben.